Hello, I'm Matt Parrott, a Chartered Tax Advisor with Tax Shop Accountants in Wellington. This is a short video and it's about starting up in business. A lot of the points I would discuss with clients when they came for a face-to-face meeting with myself. However, you may be watching this thinking that you can do a lot of the tasks yourself. So here's a few pointers to look for if you haven't got an accountant. So once you've got your business idea all set up, the first thing that really you need to consider is your trading vehicle. And by that I mean whether you're a sole trader, whether you want to trade as a limited company, a partnership, or possibly a limited liability partnership. So those are the four main areas to consider. Sole trader is very easy, it's simple. You'll find, generally speaking, doing the self-assessment and the accounts yourself a relatively straightforward task. Whereas limited companies, it's virtually impossible to do without an accountant. A partnership can be tricky to do yourself. You can't use the HMRC online forms to file your returns, so you'll probably need an accountant there, or software. An LLP, again, you'd probably need an accountant. The benefits of a limited company and an LLP are that both of these vehicles have limited liability. So if you get sued and you're not covered by your insurance policy, you're not going to lose your house. So that's really useful. A sole trader or a partnership, you have unlimited liability and you are relying on your insurance policy to cover you. A sole trader, typically an accountant may charge between £300 and £500 plus VAT. A limited company perhaps £1,000 plus VAT. A partnership maybe somewhere in between, maybe £750 plus VAT, and an LLP maybe a little bit more. Again, they're all can be very, very useful vehicles. Tax-wise, the tax differential has now been brought in line with the introduction of the dividend tax, which came in April of 16. So previously people had limited companies because they saved on the Class 4 national insurance, which broadly speaking is 9% over about £8,000. So by having a limited company you could save the Class 4 national insurance, and if you earn £25,000 or £30,000 profit, you're saving a few £1,000s. So limited companies were very, very popular for tax saving. Nowadays I tend to advise clients to have limited companies if they need the limited liability, or if they want to appear to be a bigger business. That also can be quite useful. Whereas LLPs, these tend to be used by professional partnerships. So once you've decided on your trading vehicle, if you're a sole trader, you just need to register with HMRC. You can register from the date you started. It's a simple online form, so quite straightforward, and you can get your UTR, which is your unique tax reference, about a week or two after you've registered online. A limited company, you need to go to a formation agent. You can get or go to Companies House Direct. It's a bit easier through a formation agent, and you'll be looking at about 20 quid for the company setup. I tend to like to speak to my clients first to discuss what kind of shares they're looking for, who's going to be in the business. Quite often I'll recommend to clients to use alphabet shares, i.e. A shares, B shares, C shares. That can be very, very useful when it comes to dividend planning. So for the limited company, you register your company with Companies House, and then the UTR automatically comes from HMRC in the form of a letter after a couple of weeks. Partnership, again, it's a bit of a pain to register a partnership. You've got SA 400s and 401s to fill in. That can be a bit of a handful. The LLP, again, paperwork to do, and you're probably better getting an agent to do the LLP formation for you. So once you've got your structure, your next step is to get a bank account. Now, I would generally look to what kind of bookkeeping the client was going to use before I recommend a particular bank account. Now, we do a lot with QuickBooks Online. Some banks are great with QuickBooks Online, some are terrible. And obviously, if you're thinking about QuickBooks Online, come and have a chat with me and I'll tell you which ones are better than the other ones. A lot of my clients now, they'll go for some of the easier ones to get bank accounts with, such as NatWest or Barclays are fairly easy. I find HSBC quite tricky. So yeah, consider what software you're going to use. Make sure the software links nicely with the package.